Welcome to another episode of Lunch with the Shark. Join us as we dive deep into discussions about business, accounting, and finance to help you build a business that thrives. Now sit back and have a bite with your host, the Shark CFO, Vidal Espinosa.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to a new edition of Lunch with the Shark. I am your host, Vidal, the Shark CFO Espinosa, and we're really happy to be live today. And it's been a really hectic morning here in my office, because I've had some technical difficulties with my computer. I told you that I had to switch computers. My other computer is not working or was not working. I thought I had adjusted my emails, but it actually not good at all. And I had to do several things. And it's, even though it's been a productive morning, it's been a hectic one by fixing things. And on top of that, we are migrating and phasing into the cloud for pretty much everything in our office. And our accounting software had major issues, and it only took us 95 minutes to fix it. They transferred me like to 3 representatives. The last one, it's a story. But this actually brings me to today's topic. And today's topic, it's obviously in continuation with yesterday's topic, which is business models. And today we're going to talk about the advantages and disadvantages of staying a small company. Sometimes I figure, and sometimes when I'm having meetings with my marketing team, my head starts facing and moving and going everywhere and anywhere, because I really don't know when marketing turned so complicated as it is today. And it's mostly because of the technology. And I know that we have to move forward. We need to advance. We need to think outside the box. We need to be different. We need to have a differentiator. We need to know our target, our avatar, everything like that, right? But when are we supposed to just like step back and say, you know what? Let me go back to the basics. Have I turned that big that I lost track of what I'm doing? Or am I losing track of who I am? Am I losing my identity? Do I need to reset? Do I need to purge? Do I need to clean house? Do I need to become leaner? Am I that big? So sometimes, and not sometimes, most of the times, when you think that, and you make a stop, you make a sudden stop in your life and in your business, and you say, what the hell am I doing? I need to reset. I need to go back to the basics. And that's what we're going to talk today. Like when you start a business, you have a lot of decisions to make, tons of decisions to make. You have no idea the amount of decisions that you have to make. Nevertheless, you don't make those decisions because you're so afraid of messing things up, because of assumptions, because of lack of knowledge, because of lack of consulting, because of lack of mentors, advisors, that you want to know everything. And since you don't want to fuck it up, you don't make those decisions. But because you don't make those decisions, nor let anybody else make those decisions, you just stay plateaued. You just plateau. I just received a message yesterday because We're doing this webinar this Thursday. And somebody, and I'm going to read it to you because it was something that I haven't commented on this person's or this individual's um, uh, comment. And it's about bringing your business into the United States, our webinar. And we've received via Facebook multiple comments. It's like, we need more information, we need more information, we need more information. And we're directing them to our sign up page. But there's this one who in particular caught my attention. And I am actually going to personally reach out to this individual. And he said, I have the packaging, I have the product, I just need clients. That is a very interesting comment when it comes to making decisions. Dude, you have the packaging, you have the product, I just need clients. My direct comment to this person is, you need to sell your book before you write it. That's a decision that you have to make. If you are waiting to find the ideal client who you're going to sell your product with the perfect package you say you have, guess what? You're never going to move forward. You're never going to have to make the decision whether I stay big or stay small. What am I going to sell? You already have what you're going to sell. How am I going to market it? I don't think you have that already tailored or tied in. Who am I going to see? How am I going to see to? You don't have that. One of the questions that may be forgotten is, how big do I want to get? How big do I want to get? This question helps you define your business, how it's operated, and the type of culture you create within your company. But how big do you want to get does not mean that you have to start that way. It does not mean that. I think I've shared with you a story about a couple of referred individuals that requested a meeting with us because this was in January or February, I don't recall. And they had started a company that was selling disposable containers for food disposable containers made out of bamboo. And their dream was to be big, really, really, really big. But they had no clients. And on top of that, having no clients, they had actually bought one container of disposable containers that it was actually sitting on a leased warehouse where they were installing a equipment to manufacture those disposable containers, that it was not working yet. And on top of that, they had another container in the middle of the ocean because that container was not allowed to reach what is this this port, Long Beach, because China was already on the COVID contingency. So even though they wanted it to be this big, they had no clients. They had two containers, one that it was already in the warehouse full with a production line that it was not working because there were no technicians, and another container in the middle of the ocean that they had already paid for with loans that were due in 15 or 20 days after my meeting with them. What do you think happened to them? What do you think they went wrong? Like, it's nothing. There's nothing wrong with thinking big. The sky's the limit when it comes to your business. The sky is the limit. But you test the market first. You dial in everything that you need to know about your company, your business. Does the market really require, at that point of time, bamboo disposable containers for restaurants? I don't think so. They had competition. They knew about their competition, their competitors. By making a conscious decision on the size of your company, you can create a business that will be profitable in the long run. Do you think by investing on 2 full containers of inventory and a production line with leasing a warehouse in the US, was that a business model that was going to make them profitable in the long run? No. They pretty much had invested all their capital, all their resources. They have tapped into their lending capacity to buy equipment, to buy inventory. And they forgot about selling because they didn't like selling, because they had no time to go sell. In many cases, keeping your business small makes the most sense and comes with several distinct benefits. And we're going to talk about them. First of all, fewer HR headaches. Trust me, human resources, it's a headache. Dealing with humans, it's not easy. Imagine dealing with hundreds of humans working in your company. If you're the head of human resources, that's a full job on its own. The more employees you have, the more laws and regulations you have to contend with. Whether it's ensuring that your business is keeping up with OSHA standards, or you're fulfilling your tax obligations, things can get ugly in a hurry from a human resources standpoint. Are you compliant? How many people are running HR department in your company? Are you running HR? Are you compliant? Less overhead. Small businesses have fewer moving parts than larger companies. They're likely to have less equipment, smaller facilities, lower utilities, less maintenance, and so on. Lean. Even though when you have an amazing ribeye with very nice marbleed fat in it, that fat on the tip of the ribeye, if you let it grill, it's amazingly tasty. But who doesn't prefer a lean tenderloin? It's lean, no fat. Wouldn't you want a lean company with no fat? We can actually help you identify that fat if you think you're big and you want to become small. But we don't mean small in revenue. We don't mean small company in number of offices. No. No. We mean small when it comes to your operation and your numbers. Remember what we've said. Big revenue does not mean that you have big profits. This thing in the middle, between the revenue and the profit, this thing, yes, this little thing here, it's what we need to put attention to. That's what we specialize on. Reduce this, increase profits, because your revenue is already there. More flexibility. Agility and adaptability are two characteristics of most successful businesses in the 21st century. With change occurring at such rapid rate, it's arguable never been more important to react swiftly to market developments and tweak your business accordingly. That's what we're doing at Invictus Advisors. We're shifting. We learned if we want to create our dream firm, we have to create lean processes. We have to reduce the amount of applications that we utilize. We have to reduce our costs to become more profitable. Maybe we want to sell Invictus Advisors. And how are we going to do it? If our overhead, it's too much. Quality control. One of the most common problems that business who grow too quickly encounter, it's upholding quality standards. This company that I'm referring to, they install their equipment, an equipment that was bought online in China. When they received it, there was no warranty on it. Their quality issues were tremendous. They had no resources to hire an engineer to run their production line. It was them who was running them. It was them who was selling, but they didn't like to sell. Often, when there's too much of an emphasis placed on output, quality can ultimately suffer. Don't cut corners. Don't half-ass it. Don't do things just to do things. This is problematic for obvious reasons and will often negate the impact of any growth that has occurred. Why? Because if you don't have good quality control, what do you think is going to happen? They're going to ask for their money back. They're going to return your product. They're going to go away. You're going to lose revenue. So invest in your current clients more than what you're investing on getting new clients. Invest on tweaking your production line or your sources of buying your product to getting better quality products that you can offer your clients. And that is not added value, let me tell you. That is not added value. That is what you were hired to do so from the beginning, or that's why they're buying the product from you. Okay, I just want to make sure that you understand that that's not added value. So, quality control. Now, we go into higher profit margins. While a small business is unlikely to generate as much revenue as a large one, many times it will actually have higher profit margins. By keeping things small scale, you can keep your company profitable and increase its sustainability. That's what we're talking about. When you start growing, you start spending because You see revenue coming in. Oh, I can do this, I can do that, blah, 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 blah. Are you keeping track of those numbers? If you're not, but you're going to see those numbers at the end of the year, and it's like, hells, last year I made more money than this year. Yeah, but have you analyzed your marketing strategy and you have quadruple your investment on marketing to duplicate your revenue? Oh, but nobody told me. Okay, what about your team? Oh, I'm doing my own accounting, and I'm still preparing 2019. Okay, so how do you expect? It's a little bit complicated. I don't want people to see my accounting. Okay, do you see what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? So maybe keeping small things smaller, you have higher profit. Then just stay like that. Period. But how are you going to know if you're not measuring that growth, if you're not measuring that revenue, if you're not measuring that margin? These are great reasons to keep your company small. So why don't everyone do it? Well, here are some disadvantages to being a small company. Number one, diversified ways to generate revenue. One of the major advantages of large firms is that they are able to establish multiple revenue streams to help offset economical downturns. Big companies are often engaged in selling many different types of products and services, which helps insulate them against unforeseen changes in the economy. Let me give you an example. One way that we're growing is by offering 2 lines of different products in which we found experts that we are offering to our clients. If we determine, or when we determine, that they are capable of delivering the same quality as we do, we bring them in and we offer it to our clients as an additional service. That's an additional stream of revenue. You can do the same thing. You don't need to grow or add additional people to your payroll. You don't. Now, you don't want to add everything that comes to your plate. Remember, you don't want to become that restaurant that loses their identity by offering Chinese food, sushi, Mexican food, Italian food, Argentinian food, and vegan specialties to satisfy everybody's wishes and desires and tastes. Don't become that. Okay? That's not what we mean when I say generate additional revenue streams. Everything regarding your company, everything regarding your main core product or services. Number 2, great brand recognition. A major advantage of large-scale business is stronger brand recognition. Large businesses build brand recognition through social media channels, advertising, and providing a consistently good product or service. Stronger brand recognition can boost a big company customer base because consumers will think of these companies first when making purchase decisions. First, you need to grow. Okay? And yesterday, in one of our mastermind calls, there was something very interesting that I've been thinking about. Who is your brand? Who do you want to interact with? A computer or a human? Just think about that. If you're starting, who is delivering the service and or the product to your customers? The painter that it's doing amazing art, who the customer buying from? Gallery or for the painting that the painter, the artist, draw? It's you, the human, right? So you at the first stages are the brand of your company. They are going to start associating your brand, your trade name, with the individual, right? So first things first, grow your personal brand, grow your company, and then focus on growing your brand recognition, a marketing campaign to grow your marketing recognition, or they have to run parallel. You can't mix them. You'll confuse your clients. You'll confuse your customer base. Number three, ability to leverage their size. Vendors and suppliers are much more likely to provide discounts to companies that purchase in large quantities. In fact, the greater the quantity, the steeper the discount. And because large companies typically sell in high volumes, they can undercut the price that small business offers. When you are buying in bulk, and if you're a product company, you sell product, obviously you have more power if you buy 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 containers of that product, or to that company, there are multiple products, a week, a month, right? The more you buy, the more power you have to negotiate better prices. If you negotiate better prices, you can actually transmit those discounts to your customers, making you more affordable, making you more desired with your own customers. If yesterday I was buying it at $1 and today I'm still buying it at $1, nevertheless, my competition or my competitors are selling them at $1.25, who do you think they're going to buy it from? From you, because you are consistent in your pricing. You have $1, but because you have the leverage, because you're buying in higher containers, higher volume, right? You can continue doing so. You can continue, or you can grow to be that big by keeping a lean operation, a small operation. You just need to know how to do it by planning, by having a blueprint, by doing things right from the beginning. Do you think if you build a house without foundation, what is it going to be more expensive? To build the foundation after you build the house, or build the foundation prior to building that house? Just think about that. Yes, it might take you longer. Yes, it might require a little bit more investment or work in your part to get those funds to build the foundation first and then build a house. But afterwards, you're going to be building faster, okay? And instead of moving into your house without foundation and just waiting for the house to fall on you. No matter what size of business you want to be, you have to carefully consider the pros and the cons. Making a choice about the size of your business can help you grow on a profitable path. So, I want to invite you to think about this. I want you to reflect about this. I am actually not saying to you, don't be big. Don't think big. To the contrary, think as big as you want, as long as you stay operationally small. As long as you have a support team that it's helping you control the middle piece portion of your numbers. Revenue. This piece in the middle, fuck about that. Fuck your numbers, right? Let us control them. Let somebody in your team control them. So 2 days from today, on Thursday, October the 8th, at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we will be hosting a webinar you will want to check out if you speak Spanish and if you want to bring your business into the United States. The title of the webinar will be, or is, Negocios sin Fronteras, Cómo iniciar un negocio en los Estados Unidos. And we will be giving you 5 tips to open your business in the United States. Those are mostly debunking myths and telling you some tips. Don't do it on your own. Hire a professional. I've heard so many horrible stories where not only they've lost their investment, they lost more money than what they were expecting to invest because they don't do it right from the get-go. They want to do it on their own. Okay. There's people out there that think that know everything, and Google sometimes can be your friend, but most of the times Google, it's your enemy. So beware, please beware. Avoid losing your shirt. Jesus, play the video. It is really easy to get all of our content in LinkedIn. All you need to do is go to LinkedIn, type Invictus Advisors in the search bar on the top of the page, click the blue button that says follow right underneath our logo. As you can see it is really easy to follow up and keep up to date on all our content in LinkedIn. And today's quote comes from Dave Thomas. He is the founder of a fast food chain, a little fast food chain called Wendy's. And he said, what do you need to start a business? 3 simple things. Know your product better than anyone, know your customers, and have a burning desire to succeed. He's right. He was right. Do you know your product better than anyone? Do you know your customers? And do you have that burning desire to succeed? Thank you so much for tuning in. See you tomorrow. Bon appetit. Ciao.
Thank you for listening to Lunch with the Shark. If you would like to set up a consultation with the Shark CFO, Vidal Espinosa, visit his website www.invictus-advisors.com, and don't forget to subscribe on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and LinkedIn.